That looks better. Okay, so we're starting the last part of um, volume. Right. So we're gonna do volume of pyramids. So we have two kinds of pyramids. We have rectangular pyramids and triangular pyramids. So we're gonna do both of them today. We're gonna do two examples of each. All right. So on the top for our title, I'm going to write um, volume of pyramids. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna do two examples. This is our first example. If you want to pause so you can copy down the pyramid, go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my base. So remember, pyramids only have one base. And since it's a rectangular pyramid, our base is in the shape of a rectangle. So up here, I forgot to write rectangular pyramid. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in some numbers. So this side over here is 3 meters, and then 4 meters. And this right here is going to be my height of my pyramid, and it's going to be 5 meters. Okay, so let's go over the formula for my pyramid. So I'm going to put volume equals my base times my height, but I'm going to divide by 3. And that is because it's a prism is 3 times the volume of a pyramid. So if you fill a pyramid up with water, 3 of them fit into one prism. So that's why you divide by 3, which we'll see that later on. We'll see that later on. All right, so I'm going to put where's my pen? I'm going to put a rectangle around my B because area of my base. And I'm going to put area of my base is length times width times the height of the pyramid itself divided by 3. Okay, so if I look at my base, ask yourself what two numbers are you going to multiply to get the area? Well, 3 times 4. So I'm going to plug in those numbers. So 3 times 4 times the height of the pyramid itself, which is 5, divided by 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and math. So I know that 3 times 4 is 12. Everything else stays the same. And 12 times 5 is 60, divided by 3. And then I just have to divide 60 into 3, which will give me 20. And we're still in volume, so meters cubed. So then the volume of this pyramid is 20 meters cubed. So right, it's the same thing. The only thing that's different is the dividing by 3. Okay, so that was our first example. Let's go on to the next one. So here's our second one. So let me put example 2. And I'm going to fill in some numbers. So over here I have 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and this height right here is going to be 3 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to get my highlighter and I'm going to highlight the base of my pyramid. Remember, pyramids only have one base. And since we're doing rectangular pyramids, my base is in the shape of a rectangle. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, write my formula. So volume equals area of my base times my height. And again, I'm going to put a little rectangle around B so I don't forget. Everything divided by 3. All right, so let's keep going. If I were to break that down further, area of my base is length times width times my height, all of that divided by 3. So now let's plug in some numbers. So this part is from my rectangle. So if I look at my rectangle, what's my length and my width? Well, 2 times 4. So I'm going to do 2 times 4, and I'm going to multiply that by the height of my pyramid, which is this 3. So times 3. And I'm going to divide all that by 3. Okay, so let's start mathing. 2 times 4 is 8. Bring down your times 3, divide by 3. What's 8 times 3? Well, that's 24. And then 24 divided by 3, 8. So I'm going to have 8 centimeters cubed. So my volume of this pyramid is 8 centimeters cubed. Right, easy. The only thing that's different is that dividing by 3. Okay. So that was volume of rectangular pyramids. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do triangular pyramids. So basically, the formula is the same. This just might get a little tricky. Okay, so here's I'm going to put up here, triangular pyramid. Triangular pyramid. Okay, so again, I'm going to have 2 examples. So this is example 1. All right, in this example, I'm going to put a little right angle right here. So my triangle down here, that's my base, right? Because we're doing triangular pyramids. And we only have one base because it's a pyramid. So my base is is gonna be in the shape of a triangle. Sorry, my highlighter keeps hitting my document camera. My bad. Okay, so highlight it in. Alright, so now let's add some numbers. Let's say, make sure I have the right one. Oh, I'm looking at this paper. Okay. So this part is going to be 6 meters. Over here we have 7 meters. And my height is going to be 6 meters. Alright, so this is where it's important to write down your formula every single part, or else we're going to get very confused. Okay, so let's start. Volume equals area of my base times my height. And I know that my base is a triangle. So I'm going to put a little triangle. And I'm going to divide everything by 3. So as you can see, the formula is the same. Okay, so I'm going to break down my formula a little more. So area of my triangle, base times height, divided by 2. Right? So that's this part. So to that, I'm going to multiply the height of the pyramid, and I'm going to divide everything by 3. See, now you know why it's important to write everything down, because we can get pretty confused pretty fast. Okay, so now let's start plugging in stuff. So I'm going to look at my triangle first, and if it helps, you can put a little triangle around that. Okay, so this is my triangle. So remember, same thing with prisms. This little right angle, it connects my height and my base. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 7 for my triangle. So 6 times 7 divided by 2, that's the area for my base. I'm going to multiply that by the height of my pyramid, which is 6, and divide everything by 3. There's a dog barking. Okay, so let's get mathing. So I have 6 times 7, which is 42. Divide by 2 times 6 over 3. Right? So then this part was this part right here. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So 42 divided by 2 is going to give me 21. And I'm going to multiply that by 6 and then divide by 3. And if you need to do it off to the side, do it off to the side. So 21 times 6, 21 times 6, 6, 12. I'm going to get 126. Divide by 3. And now I'm going to divide 126 and 3. So 126 divided by 3. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Bring down my 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times. So my volume is going to be 42 meters cubed. So there's my volume. Right? So it's the same formula. It's just a little different because we have two divisions going on. So that's why this part is very, very important. Okay, so let's go on to the second example and then we'll be done. Done with volume. Although I think you guys enjoyed volume because it was pretty easy. Okay, example 2. We have again another triangular pyramid, which means our base is a triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight my one base. Remember, pyramids just have one base. Can you hear my cat? It's in the litter box. Okay, so for my second one, I have 6 meters. I have 8 meters. And the height is 10 meters. Alright, so if you want to try and pausing it, try it out. You're more than welcome to. If you want to stick around, do it with us. You're more than welcome to. What's the worst that can happen? You get it wrong. And then who knows? Just you. Okay. Alright, first thing, write down our formula. Volume equals base times height. My base is a triangle. And I'm going to divide by 3. Okay. So now let's break down our formula a little more. Area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. And I'm going to multiply that by the height of the pyramid and then divide by 3. So again, if you need to put this part into a triangle, go ahead. Alright, so now let's plug in some numbers. So right here, I'm going to put my right angle. Don't worry, on your quiz, you'll have all the right angles, so you'll know what's what. Alright, so I'm looking at this right angle, and my right angle connects my base with my height. So these two numbers are the ones I'm going to multiply. So 6 times 8 divided by 2. That's how I get the area of this triangle. And then I'm going to multiply that by the height of my pyramid, which is 10, and then divide by 3. Okay, let's get mathing. So 6 times 8 is going to give me 48. Divide by 2 times 10 divided by 3. Water break. Okay, so this part is this part right here. Alright, and then I'm going to keep going. 48 divided by 2 is going to give me 24. I'm going to multiply that by 10 and then divide it by 3. Alright, and then if I keep going, Let's see if it fits. Oh no, you can't see it. Okay. 24 times 10 is going to give me 240, and I'm going to divide that by 3. So let's divide 240 divided by 3. Well, 3 goes into 24 8 times, and then 0 times. So 240 divided by 3 is going to be 80. So my volume is 80 meters cubed. Wow, isn't that nice? Doesn't it feel like, man, I'm doing real math? Doesn't that feel good? All right. Okay, so you're going to have this part of your take home quiz as well. So you're going to have volume, prism's pyramid, surface area, prism's pyramid, and that's it. So you can use all your notes. Don't use Google. Don't cheat. And yeah, that's it. So that's all of volume, guys. That's all of volume.